Going on YouTube? Back with another reaction video, man. You got why NBA players don't win a 50-inch vertical, man. Hey, if you haven't already, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Let's go and get into the joint, man. I don't know what he finna spit in this video, but let's see what he got. Let's see. I'm curious because he had John Moran in it tight on it, you know.
Now, recently, there's been a handful of athletes that have gone on to go ahead and get a 50-inch vertical. Now, I don't know if you know this, but these people in the NBA or the NFL, we all know that the NFL and the NBA house some of the most physically athletic and gifted athletes to have ever walked this earth. No.
Nah, that's real though. Like, hey, that's real though. I can't even say that. They be super for real. Like, it's like that for it. Hey, they in the league for a reason. Shit. Can you really say that?
Why do none of them have a 50-inch vertical recorded at least? And I picked the NBA and the NFL because it's clear that those are the two sports that are like the most physically demanding in terms of athleticism. You can go ahead and say high jump, you want to be super specific, but like, come on, man. Now, for the sake of this video, I'm going to focus solely on the NBA, just because I'm more familiar with it. Focus on guys like John Moran, Anthony Edwards, Shaden Sharp, these guys with the mid to high 40-inch verticals, damn near 50, but have not passed that 50-inch vertical line. Now, you might say, oh, it's obvious. They just don't want to get a 50-inch vertical, but it's important to understand why that might be the case, if that is true. Let me ask you a question. If you knew you had the physical capability to get a 50-inch vertical, would you go ahead and get it? Honest question.
Would I?
To get a 50-inch vertical, would you go ahead and get it?
Hell yeah. Why not? It's already there. Fit in. I'm high flying. Super nigga. All I gotta do is work on my jumper. Get a bag.
Honest question. Like, you know, you're at a 47-inch vertical. Let's say before you even train your vertical at all, you're at a 42-inch vertical. And you know, hey, if you train super hard, I can go get a 52-inch vertical. Are you gonna spend your energy and time chasing that 52-inch vertical? You might. Now, why wouldn't you? You know that if you go from inches, there's a lot of changing.
Pause.
You do things that have never been seen before, never been done before, all by you going ahead and pushing that standard if you have the potential to do so. But it's important you answer at what cost. Now, the obvious answer is, hey, you don't want a 50-inch vertical because you're probably going to get hurt. Now, that's technically true. I mean, more time in the air means more time for the potential.
I mean, yeah, but Ja just be jumping that shit. That's true and all, but Ja just be jumping at any and everything. That's different. But I mean, like, look at what he just jumped. Look at what he just jumped at.
You don't want a 50-inch vertical because you're probably gonna get hurt. Now, that's technically true. I mean, more time in the air means more.
My nigga, like, you really tried that. Like, that wasn't even a good take. Fuck, that wasn't even a good take. We can't even. That was just him trying shit.
That's technically true. I mean, more time in the air means.
Well, I mean, nah, like, he didn't even have a chance to rise yet. Like, he just jumped at him. That's, nah.
Which is more potential for catastrophic and serious injuries. You can also make the point that if you do have a higher vertical, you're more prone to doing risky and, like, nonsensical attempts on the basketball court. Now, let's take a look at John Moran, where sometimes he's attempting things that are kind of out of the realm of our imagination, just because he knows that he has a different ability than any of us will ever have. So you'll see him go and attempt crazy dunks that put him at risk for injury. And because of it, he actually said he would stop dunking. Did that work out?
Yeah, that nigga lied. We immediately seen him get a body back the next couple games.
But he still put it out there. He says it's too risky and he's prioritizing his health over him going ahead and dunking on people. Now, Anthony Edwards went on and said something very similar. He says he hates dunking. It hurts. Well, with all that in mind, still that's not the question that I'm trying to answer. The question that I'm trying to answer is, why don't NBA players go ahead and get that 50-inch vertical if they have it within their grasp? So a video dropped 6 years ago with over 10 million views on why it's nearly impossible to obtain a 50-inch vertical. Now, is it true? Technically, you could say it's true because there's millions of people that have ever walked this earth, currently walk this earth, actually. And less than 1% of them can go ahead and get a 50-inch vertical. Now, do I think nobody has ever surpassed 50.5 inches in vertical, which is the current world record holder, Isaiah?
How about I say?
Probably someone has passed it, it just wasn't recorded. But with that said, on the topic of the video, yeah, you can make the case that it's technically correct that it's nearly impossible. Now,
Wait, what is Jordan? Wait, what is Jordan's? I think Jordan's vertical like 48.5 or some shit like that. I think ain't nobody just. Ain't nobody in NBA. I don't think got a 50-inch vertical. Now I think about it.
When it comes to NFL and NBA players who are,
I'm surprised the NFL player done got it. Them niggas, them super niggas for real. If we being honest.
I'm referencing that video just to say,
Cause dumb niggas not real.
I'm not talking in terms of regular pedestrians, regular citizens like you and I. We're talking about the guys, you feel me? Now to answer the question, I think the truth is they're just not going for it. And it's like, why would you? You know, you're an elite level athlete in your field. You've got a high 40-inch vertical, and that's the standard right now. I honestly believe that to go from 47 to 50 inches is so much work that it's just not worth it. The rest of the game will suffer. Now, someone like John Morant, why spend years trying to get 3 to 5 inches on your vertical to put you in that 50-inch range?
Nah, no players doing that. Like at that point, once you got that 47, once you got that 47 inch vertical, you better go work on your fucking bag. At that point, you could be bouncing your shit and have a bag. Now you gotta worry about me for real.
From having the additional inches,
I guess that's the point that he's trying to prove, but shit. That's how I think about it.
You want to understand that at the end of the day, these guys are NBA players. They're not high jumpers. The goal is to be the best basketball player. It's not to be the highest jumper, even if that's their calling card to the league. A guy like Shannon Sharp has a ton of potential based off of his athleticism coming to the league. But now you can see he has a jumper. He can score the ball. He can pass the ball.
Yeah, I get it. That's the point that he's trying to make.
I don't watch the Portland Trailblazers, and you shouldn't either.
That's depressing.
Potential because of the rest of his game. Now, currently in the NBA, for example, we got like John Morant, Anthony Edwards, Shaden Sharp, and maybe like 2 or 3 guys who are in that mid to high 40-inch verticals, and that's it. There's over 300 people in the NBA. If you are in that top 1%, why are you training so hard to be the top guy? Like, you might as well just focus on being the best basketball player. Now, for you, you a regular person who's got a 27-inch vertical and you're going for 30, if your cap is at 30, you better chase those 3 inches for 30 because you are well below the pack. Now, really, the reason why I made this video is to put perspective into everything. You know, there's some people that go on this dunk journey and they chase a high vertical jump and they become a great dunker, but at the end of the day, they really love the basketball and they want to play basketball. If that's what you want to do, you want to focus on basketball. Dunking is
only a piece of the game. That's true.
Or increasing your vertical, I should say, a very small portion.
That's just a piece of the game.
It can have big impacts, but it's such a small field. You want to work on the rest of your craft to make sure you're a complete and talented player, because a vertical alone won't get you into the NBA. With that being said, if you're someone with a 30-inch vertical and your cap, for example, not that you're going to know your cap, but just for an example, your cap is a 40-inch vertical and you're at 30, you do have to spend more energy to chase that 40-inch vertical, to reach that cap. And let me explain why. The reason why is because you are going from below average to pretty much a upper mid average like NBA player with like elite athleticism at 48 inches. Like, okay, maybe not the average NBA player has a 40-inch vertical, but the average elite like guard, for example. I don't know if that's true, but you get what I'm trying to say. This is a higher standard.
I guess. You're probably not wrong. I guess.
And you know 40 is your cap, you better do the best that you can getting that cap. If you're at a 45 and you're trying to get to a 50 and 50 is your cap, you don't really gotta spend that energy. Like, there's no point. There's no one in that 50-inch area that you gotta worry about. So if there's anything that you gotta take away from this video, if you're at a further point from the average, you gotta make sure that you maximize your potential. Once you're elite, those extra inches is just the cherry on top. Very, very like unnecessary. Might as well work on your craft and preserve your body from injuries and stress.
Yeah, he basically was saying the same thing I was getting at this video. Hey, if you like this type of content, if I should react to more videos out like this, like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know something in the comment section below, man. Otherwise, I'm finna get out of this joint and get into the next one, man. Peace.